Hey, what's up guys? Walt Rivera here, and last week we worked on the notes and we built them up, and I built the 3 chords A, D, and E. So to know more about that, check out last week's episode 2, chords, and this week we're going to work on sight reading. Most people think that sight reading is boring. Sight reading is not boring. You don't hate sight reading, you hate the way it's taught. This is going to be the coolest show ever. How do I play guitar chords? How do I play the piano? How do I read music, sight reading, key signatures, harmony, textures? It's basic, okay? There's a bunch here, but here, chords. It's going to be a weekly show for an entire year, so you know, hold on tight. There's going to be 52 intense lessons, right? What? When you learn one instrument, you learn them all. So to read music for piano or guitar is the same for reading music in every single instrument. So that you all know from the first week is that what are the notes on the piano? Check it out. This note here is C, okay? C, D, F, G, G, F, E, D, C. When I play a note right here, C, I have to actually write out a way to dictate that onto a piece of paper. How do we do this? Check it out. There's only 2 parts to reading music. The rhythms and the pitches, and that's it. Here's the notes. Here's the rhythms. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, Walt, what about all over here that we have? We have the time signatures over here. Don't worry about that. All this looks like German to you because you don't know how to read it. Unless, of course, you speak German, then it's a different ballgame. Okay, so you know how I told you that there's 2 parts to reading music? The rhythms and then the actual pitches? Well, right now we have the rhythms, okay? So there's 3 parts to a note. And so that these 3 parts are, here we have the head, here we have the stem, and then here we have the flag. Not every note has a flag, not every note has a stem, but every note always will have a note head. There's 4 kinds of notes. I mean, there's more than that, but let's just keep it simple. We have whole note, half note, quarter note, and then 1/8 note. Now, whole note is the longest duration, and then they get shorter as you go down. Notice how not every note has a stem. Here, kill the. Okay, well now it's dark, but at least you can read it. Here we have the rests. Here we have the actual notes. So the only difference from one rest to the actual note is that a rest clearly doesn't get sound, and that the note does. And a lot of times, most times, silence hits you twice as hard than the actual sound. Yeah, it's pretty intense. It was intense. Whole notes get 4 beats. Okay? Half notes get 2 beats. Let's keep on cutting in half. Quarter notes get 1 beat, and 1/8 note, you got it, gets a half a beat. Now you're probably saying to yourself, Walt, what the heck is a beat? Alright, check this out. When I'm a drummer and I'm playing, I'm gonna keep a beat. Alright? Well, that right there is the beat. I don't beatbox. I'll beatbox. The pulse. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So every 4 times that I play on that beat, that's going to be my whole note. Every 2 times that I play on that beat, that's going to be half note. So you're probably saying to yourself, oh, so I'm kind of getting it. And already, just in the past few minutes, you know more than most of the people around you. Half note is the same as the whole note, but now we have a stem coming down. Quarter notes look exactly like the half note, but it's a filled-in head. Alright, so now you're starting to see like these little differences. So here's my 8th note. This would be my 16th note. Put 2 flags. What if I put 3 flags? You got it. 32nd note. 64th note. 128. 256. But let's be honest, you'll never, ever see anything. I shouldn't, never say never. Anything over a 16th note is pretty much, pretty intense. Silence, it's golden. Silence, I told you, it's intense, isn't it? Try it in a piece of music. Okay, there's still so much more stuff to get to. Now, if you have any questions, you can follow me on Twitter, @WaltRibero, email me, walt@waltribero.net, or you can jump in on the forums, you can do all the stuff, talk to each other, jump into my Ustream show, whatever you guys want, ask me, I'm always available, I get back to everyone 100%. Okay, so now we know the actual durations of the notes. Whole notes get 4 beats, half notes get 2 beats, quarter notes get 1, 1/8 notes get half, right? So now let's check it out. Since we know the actual rhythms of these notes, we have to know the actual pitches. Every line and every space actually shows you what note you're playing. Okay, so the notes go up, line, space, line, space, line, space, right? So here we have E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. So if the note's right here, clearly you know it's the note G. If the note's here, you know it's a note B. This note right here is E, and then if I want to keep walking up, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so now check this out. Here's our piece of music. We have the notes E, G, B, D, F. We know that this note right here is C. We have 2 quarter notes, and then a half note, and then a whole note. So that simply is telling me we know that the notes here are C, E, let's erase that, C, E, this is a D right here, and then this goes back down to a C. So we know that this C you play for a quarter note, so quarter, then you go up to E for a quarter, E, D for 2 beats because it's a whole note, so 1, 2, and then this C is held out for 4 beats. Why? Because it's a whole note. So it's simply C, E, D, C. And just like that, we now know the notes in a piece of music and the rhythms. So you combine the notes and the rhythms, and that right there, combine them, you got your music. All this looks like German to you because you don't know how to read it. This is for all the amazing peeps here on the channel. Just want to say thanks to everyone and say yo to all the peeps here. I just want to throw down their links, tell you where you can find them at, all this cool stuff. Everyone follow them, and if you want to know where all these people are, go to waltrivera.net/YOU/U, and that's where you guys can find out where to be. Look, we're getting people joining the chat. Crazy stuff here. We're the coolest community here ever. We got like treble clefs and music staffs and everything all around. Follow all these people. Oh, dude, we got Deviant Art there. Awesome. I want to watch that or look at it. I love artwork. Recording here for the Rev 3 show. We do this every Friday. Let's see you. I want to see you next week. We're going to need more levels.